don't know about you, but when I'm on Twitter, I'm always following We Are Tottenham.
Yes.
We Are Tottenham TV. And Ben is on the line from We Are Tottenham TV.
Another Spurs fan.
Another Spurs fan.
Coming thick and fast.
Jeremy Edwards was on the show, celebrity Spurs fan. Ben, because I follow you on Twitter, you are also a celebrity Spurs fan today. Is that all right?
Celebrity, I don't know about that, but you know.
Yeah, you are, Ben.
Like everyone else.
Take it and run.
So humble.
Yeah,
a true celebrity.
Yeah, you are like the leader in the jungle. You've got the crown. Run with it, my friend. All
right. I'll take it.
You take it. Yeah. So Mourinho has won as many points now as Pochettino mustered in his final 12 away games.
Wow.
Discuss. What do you think? Is that it? You sorted now?
Well, you know what? I wouldn't say we're sorted, but things are definitely looking up. Obviously, Pochettino didn't win away games since January, which is actually unbelievable. Really is. When I heard the news that Pochettino was kind of gone, I was shocked. I was stunned. My heart completely dropped. It felt like something inside of me died, literally. But now we got Jose. Now I think we just got to look forward to the future, and I think this guy has just won everything. The guy won everything. He's got the pedigree. He's got it all, to be honest. And I wasn't a fan of Jose. Like, I've never been a fan of Jose, but now he's at Spurs. I think he's got us all eating at the palm of his hands at the moment with everything that he's coming out with in the press and the way he's conducting himself. And I just think it's just amazing, to be honest, just to have someone like him at the club.
What a roller coaster week then. So you were down in the doldrums, you needed a cuddle, you've now gone to the special one is genuinely special, but if you lose 3 on the bounce, you don't like him again. This is a roller coaster up to Christmas, my friend.
Next thing you know, David Pleat's in there.
Football's a very fickle game, my friend. Football's a very fickle game. But I tell you what, Jose is going to need time. Obviously it's not going to happen straight away. So I think yesterday was a step in the right direction, but obviously the last 20 minutes are still a very big cause for concern.
Do you think now it's going to be quite, from a Spurs perspective, obviously it's kind of a new era with Jose. Do you think now there's going to be a resurgence now of your Dele Allis and all the players that perhaps have been not quite firing on all cylinders? Because a lot of people have come out in support of Poch this week. You know, Harry Redknapp, for example, talking about how the players kind of let him down, and they weren't just doing as well as they should have done. Do you think this is going to be an opportunity now for people to kind of prove their worth?
100%. And I've been saying ever since kind of Mourinho's taken over at Spurs, I think Dele is actually the one that's going to kind of benefit off it the most. And I think Dele's gone a bit stale over the last year and a half. I don't think it's any fault to Pochettino, or I don't know who the fault is, but sometimes you just don't kick on. And when you're a young player and you're a victim of your own success, he scored 18, 20 goals in a season when he was so young. So it was very hard for him to improve on that. And I think it just went all a bit stale. And I really think Jose can get the best out of him and kind of maybe not even keep him up in that 10 role, but drop him back a bit, as opposed to like he did with Lampard, that number 8 role, arriving late in the box. Yeah. And I really think Dele's going to thrive on that.
Yeah.
What did you think of the changes yesterday then? Did you see those and go, yes, at last? Jeremy was talking about, that Lucas Moura should have been playing all the way along. Are you in that camp where you celebrated yesterday?
I thought Danny Rose would come back in. I thought Danny Rose was one of those players that kind of threw Poch under the bus and kind of wasn't playing well. He played well to the back end of last season, but this season he's been nothing short of shocking, to be honest. And I thought he was one of those ones that would kind of get the resurgence under Jose. But obviously he didn't start, but there's still a lot of games to go. I think in terms of Lucas Moura, it's a difficult one because I think Lucas Moura is a very, very inconsistent player. I think, he can score a hat-trick in the Champions League semi-final, but then for the next few games, when he starts, he hardly gets a kick of the ball. Yeah. It's very difficult. Yeah. I think Lucas Moura just needs to add a lot of consistency to his game, because everyone knows the qualities he has. Yeah. But in terms of the changes, I think Mourinho kind of just simplifies the Pochettino tactics, and I think it worked wonders for us.
Yeah, and also going back to Lucas Moura's inconsistency, I don't know if you saw yesterday, but there was a chance where he was kind of through on goal and did a kind of an odd drag across right in front of the keeper. I don't know if you saw that, but that was very strange. But you're quite right, and Jeremy touched on it earlier about he should have started in the final and Kane coming off the bench and all the discussion about that. So going back to Pochettino, do you think? Do you think Pochettino was a victim of not being able to handle maybe the people are talking about Pochettino maybe going to Real Madrid or PSG or one of these clubs, all clubs that have a huge amount of politics and a lot of big personalities, Perez at Real Madrid for example. Do you think that Daniel Levy was too much for Pochettino? Do you think the politics were too much for him and perhaps that's why Mourinho might do very well here?
Yeah, I think so. I think that Pochettino was calling out for things for the last two and a half years. So I think if Daniel Levy would have provided Pochettino with what he needed and what he said he needed, I don't think we would have been in that situation. I think Pochettino will probably be will still be our manager now. Pochettino was calling out for the squad to be refreshed for many years now, so I don't think this is anything kind of new. And because the squad hasn't been refreshed as much as he wanted, I think someone like Mourinho can come in and just lift the spirits a bit. And you can see players like Eric Dyer, who's going to really, really come under with Mourinho because he sings praises a lot. And under Pochettino in the past year, he's been out of favour, he's been ill, and he came out, Eric Dyer, last week and said that it's absolutely dream come true to play under Jose Mourinho. And I think that's the case for a lot of the players.
We asked Jeremy earlier whether he'd care if Pochettino ended up at Arsenal. Do you care?
Yes, that would be awful. Oh. If Pochettino went to Arsenal, my days.
I'd love it.
But you know what? If he goes there and wins nothing, maybe I'll take that.
Right. And so if you just tuned in, Steve McCann, comedian, professional Arsenal fan. After he's not an amateur, this man. He's come in the shirt today, right?
Oh, God, yeah.
Would you'd be happy if Pochettino came? No? Yes? No?
Yes.
You'd be happy.
How would you not be happy with Pochettino?
Yeah, I mean, just for the fact that, if it did happen and he won something and we could drag Sol Campbell out, we can get a photo of Campbell and Pochettino in an Arsenal shirt holding up a trophy. It would be worth it for that
Pochettino's
that moment.
Win a trophy, though.
Yeah, that is true. But isn't it so amazing in football that we are now talking rationally about perhaps Pochettino going to Arsenal after the Champions League when he was crying on the pitch after Ajax, and now and Mourinho's at Spurs. It's like in Championship Manager when you've been playing it for slightly too long and it's 4 a.m. and suddenly Harry Redknapp's in charge of Kaiserslautern and it's just mad and no one knows quite what's going on and Stephen Bywater's the president of Barnet or something.
In terms of Poch going to Arsenal, though, it's a complete non-story.
He's what, sorry?
The guy has got complete loyalty. I think he's said many times that he would never join Barcelona because of his Espanyol links, and he's also said that he would never join Arsenal because he's been at Spurs for so long.
Yeah, and frankly, I think if he's going to go anywhere in England, it'll be to Man United. No, in Ireland, we'll get Ollie in the horrific end of the roundabout.
That would be hilarious, yeah. Hey, Ben, thanks very much for joining us. We are Tottenham TV.
We really are.
Follow them on.
Awful.
Said the Arsenal fan.